Hello everyone and welcome to round 15 of the Austrian Legacy League. I'm Philipp Klein, I'm your host for today and I hope you enjoy the ride. You can find us on www.austrian-legacy.com and there you can find everything of our little Legacy League. As you can see, I'm alone for today, my first time streaming alone, because all of our co-hosts are either not here or want to play, because tomorrow we are playing in Vienna a little 1K and a lot of people are already practicing for that. Therefore, we unfortunately are only 16 people, so that's more on the low end for our weekly events. But nevertheless, we hope you have fun and you enjoy the ride. So for our first match, we have Jagersberger Tobias on. Okay, the names aren't right now. We have Jagersberger Tobias on Aluren. I think he's playing the bug version. Oh, I need to make a switch. So I think he's playing the bug version. And we have on the other side Florian Schimpel. So it's not that easy to do this everything on your own, as probably you will know if you're a streamer for yourself. So is it this one? It's the left player probably. Okay. So just switch it up and we have Florian Schimpel. He's playing Black-White Helm. It's pretty interesting what we have here for a matchup. In my opinion, I think that Aluren, maybe these just kind of, this matchup is more like a battle cruiser, where they try to resolve the combo unhindered by their opponent. So we'll see what this brings. In my opinion, I think Aluren is favored here. Yeah, we'll see. So I just go ahead and tell you some little things about the Austrian Legacy League. So we are centered in the legacy capital of Austria. I know the Viennese people don't like to hear this, but like I said beforehand, we have today 16 people, and that's pretty low for our median. Okay, so with Jagersberger Tobias, with turn 1 pull, Lute Delta and Florian Schimpel, has the Leyline of the Void in hand, which basically turns nukes all the Uros that Tobias could have. I'm not sure if he has something in hand, but I think I've seen here a Force of Will. So, and an Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel is such a strange card actually. I don't think it's really good. It's just not really playable in Legacy, but it's also on the brink of being a good card. It just gets, it just eats a sword as soon as it hits the table. If it gets Force of Will, then you're pretty much ahead. So that's just, you need to kill it as soon as possible. But it's just such a bad top deck. Every time I played the Esper Sentinel, it was more like, if I had it in the first turn, it was always amazing. But as soon as the second or third turn dropped, it was just like, well, what do I do now with the 1/1? It just isn't impactful enough in my opinion. But maybe it is here. Tobias is for sure searching for an answer, or at least we brainstormed just for the value here to don't give Florian the tax effect. So we have here, is it a prismatic ending in his hand? Florian goes in for 1. And a Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, Tobias is known for playing his mid-range combo piles. He basically plays only 2 to 3 decks. He plays Goblin Food Chain. Maybe sometimes he plays Food Chain. He plays Goblin Food Chains. Sometimes normal goblins, but most of the time he just smashes Endurance. He smashes Aluren. So he's mostly known for this kind of playstyle. On the other hand, we have Florian here. So let me go into the statistics, just find him. Florian. Yeah, he is also a brewer like myself. So there's the Fatal Push on the Sentinel. Like I said before, it just gets removed so damn easily. It's just a shame. Didn't draw any cards. He texted a little bit just for funs and giggles. It's certainly pretty hard here. Without knowing the contents of their hands, it's not easy to tell you what's happening in my brain right now. He has got a Brazen Borrower in hand, and there is the bounce on the ley line. Florian has a second ley line in hand. But I think the rest is just lands and the prismatic ending. So there's not much going on. Main phase Icefang Quartal. Has anybody seen what Florian has drawn? I don't really get the fetch in this position. Okay, so we have both combo pieces in hand, the Helm of Obedience and 2 ley lines, alongside 2 lands. So we're probably going for the ley line here. Yeah, seems like the more safe play, because I think you want to jam the Helm of Obedience if you have at least a Thoughtseize or a Duress, to have some kind of Force of Will protection. And the Ponder for Tobias. And Florian is on 16 because the Quartal crashed right through. And the fetch. I'm pretty sure Tobias has the Force of Will in hand. Tobias is currently the leader of our league. He has um, he has a pretty strong average of points. He has 10 attendances and 89 points, with an opponent matching percentage of 53.89%. So yeah, it looks like he gets the European Legacy Masters qualifier. I mean, we still have about 16, I think 16 rounds to go in this season. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be. He's in the top contention for this very prestigious slot, which will happen in September in Bologna at the Four Seasons. Okay, so now we got another Scrubland here. Or was it I think it was a Badlands. And the next Leyland of the Void. So he swings in on 13. And the Leo Voldem is reversed. This card was really insane when it first came out. I know it just, excuse my language, but it just fucked up a lot of decks. And it's always been a very strong player. But nowadays, with Narset and Hull Breacher being printed, I don't really see... there we have the Helm of Obedience. Is there a force? And activate. He draws a card. And this was game one. Very beautifully executed. I don't know why Tobias hasn't tried to be a little bit more aggressive with his with the Force of Wills. I would love to have the deck list right here, but I totally can see that there's some kind of Force of Negation or some kind of, you know, artifact removal or enchantment removal coming in on Tobias' side. And on Florian's side, it's pretty hard. Maybe the same enchantment removal, but they don't have forces. Maybe some discard more. He thinks about Cabal Consul of Allocation and Deafening Silence, but this doesn't work because the combo is totally creature based. So not much going in here on both sides. I'm gonna tell the players for the second round to at least show their hand sometimes into the camera, or maybe even the sideboarding part, so we have something to discuss. Because if you don't see anything, it's always a kind of a guess, especially what to take out and what not. I think maybe you can board out the Esper Sentinels. Oh yeah, the Prismatic Ending. Maybe also the Prismatic Ending because it doesn't hit it doesn't hit the Aluren. Yeah, you don't need it for the Uros because you have the Dotty Voidwalkers and the Leyland of the Voids. So wouldn't bank on Uro here. I can see on Tobias' sides that he maybe cuts Uros because there's nothing really going on with them. Yeah, he cuts Esper Sentinels. Like I said, I don't think they're impactful enough. Or at least he shaves them. Because they don't do enough. They aren't really he puts them back again. Okay, I don't get it. I actually don't get it anymore. I would have for sure boarded them out. So, what do you think? How would you... What's the worst card in this matchup for each deck? Yeah, that's actually the pretty hard part here. I don't want to be so silent all the time. But yeah, they are shuffling it up. Probably we can get another nice win here. From either side. I don't favoritism anything here. So a mulligan on Tobias' side and a mulligan on Florian's side. I haven't seen Florian's hand really good. I think he had 2 lands, which seems totally keepable. But maybe he mulls down to at least 1 combo piece on the board. So turn 2 Voidwalker or a turn 0 Leyline. I can totally see this. And I think Tobias wants to aggressively mulligan into a Force of Will, or into a Force of Negation, or some kind of enchantment removal to get another shot at living through this combo. Because if you kill the Linen of the Void in response, you get the real Helm of Obedience activated ability, and it's just not good. Sometimes you hit a creature like Icewind Quartel, which can be strong, but oftentimes it's not enough. Florian has the combo in hand. He has a Helm of Obedience, but on Tobias' side I can't really see it. So okay, we have the first blood is drawn. Fetch Verdant Catacombs. Think for Tropical Island. Yeah. Wait, what's this? Ah, okay. Florian. I don't really get it. Okay. I thought, okay, now I got it. Tobias started and Florian played the Wasteland afterwards. Okay, I didn't get that. I was a little bit confused right now because I thought Florian had started, although he had won, which would be a pretty big misplay from Tobias here. That was a pretty risky play because Tobias fetched with the Verdant Catacombs on a tropical island willingly into a wasteland just so he can play his Brainstorm. That's kind of nuts. It would have probably been stronger just to take another mulligan if it didn't have enough lands. Because I think you are totally the control deck as an Aluren player here. You have all the time in the world. Just make sure that you can counter the Helm of Obedience. So double fetch for Florian. Into Scrubland, probably. Or he wants maybe the Pyroblast into a Badlands. Yeah. So he has Pyroblast open. And the Thalia go to Fraven. Tobias thinking about if he should counter it. Oh, yeah, okay. Just to play a Brainstorm, okay. And there was a force. Is this Thalia enough of a threat to force it? Nope. So no force here. Another fetch land and yeah, if you want to play something to BS, you need to fetch. Yeah, there's a abrupt decay in his hand. So the Thalia goes in for 2. And the Stoneforge Mystic Florian is for sure the beatdown here. The classic mid-range part of Black-White Helm. I'm pretty sure you just go for Cauldra here. Even if he has Abrupt Decay or Fatal Push or something, you always want to get Cauldra, because if you can get Cauldra online, there's just nothing that can stop you. Okay, so a Snow-Covered Forest, that's probably Icefang Coatl right here. I've now seen that I totally forgot the round timer. I will edit accordingly. Just give me a second. So what did I miss? Nothing. Okay. So, okay, now we have round time also. I'm so sorry. So, another fetch here. And now we have the trifecta of lands, of snow-covered lands, onto Bia's side. And an Abrupt Decay on the Stoneforge Mystic. Swings in for 2. And he should be on 12, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't get if he had already counted his fetch beforehand. So we'll just put it upwards. And a Leovold. That procs Ophalia very profitably. So no more swinging in for 2 for Florian here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he still has the combo in hand. He just needs some kind of... okay, I'm not sure. He goes for the combo here. He double fetches into a Helm of Obedience. Into, am I right, a Force of Will. I probably would have waited for another turn. That's a pretty risky move here. Yeah, that's the Force. But also, the Esper Sentinel is triggering. Yeah, he reminds his triggers. He's a good player. Unlike me, when I played against Florian Schimpel in Vienna last year, I forgot my Esper Sentinel triggers, and yeah, I was just stunned when Florian already hates me enough just for doing this. I mean, I didn't want to miss them, but he was so kind and let me take them back. So, shout out to Florian here. Now it looks kind of favorable for Tobias. A 3-3 on the ground is pretty strong. Surgical on Helm in draw step. No, because it was in his in Tobias' turn. Am I right? Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was his turn, so the Sentinel wouldn't have drawn. Yeah, you're right. That's true. So this probably means we go to game 3. I'm not sure if Florian plays Carnegie Creator. So he swings in for 1. Yeah, I will tell them afterwards that this wasn't the correct play. I totally also missed Leovold. I haven't played against it in ages. And I didn't know the correct wording. So yeah. And a Better Skull, hard cast Better Skull. Tobias is pretty stuck on lands, without lands. But he has a Ponder. I would Ponder here. Find the 4th land. Maybe get a Brazen Borer in and just fly over the top all the time. It's a 2-mana Ponder, but I think it's still the right decision. Okay, now they are... yeah. They are speaking about how he couldn't have drawn a card. It's it's not a shuffle. But like I said, the land is pretty important here. It's better now that we have a big board side, so I have something to talk about. It's always kind of dumb if they're shuffling up and you
you can't commentate on anything. But yeah, Icewind Coatl is at the moment such a strong card. It's so good against initiative to have a flash flyer in the format. Speaking of initiative, we don't have a lot of initiative in our local meta. It's just I don't actually get it why. I think two people have the deck. It's about this ratio. It's not that popular. Maybe people aren't jumping on the bandwagon because they are thinking it gets banned in the short term. But I think it's just the deck is so good. And people have asked me on the Facebook page, oh, wait, what? There's no initiative in the top 8? What's happening? We are a little island of the saints, probably. Is it a Swords to Plowshares? Oh no, it was a prismatic ending on a Coatl. I don't really get this. Yeah, I also think killing Leovold here has priority. So he can't draw any more cards. You can draw cards with Esper Sentinel. He really has to tax you. Killing Leovold is definitely the right thing to do. Oh, okay, I missed 1 damage. What's he thinking about? Okay, he played the Better Skull again. It resolves. And okay, it's the Caracas for the Leovold. Which I also think it's not really a... Oh, wow. That's strong. That's really strong here. So I think this is game. Like you said, okay, yeah, and also the Boseiju. So this is definitely game here. Yeah. Killing Leovold would have been a lot better. And not playing the Better Skull here. Even if you have the Caracas. Boseiju is also such a stupid strong card. Okay, he has drawn it afterwards, the Boseiju, or the Caracas. Yeah, like I said beforehand. Okay, the Caracas. So killing Leovold would have for sure been the right decision, in my opinion. And for our next round matchup, I will tell them that we should take a look or to be a little bit more into the sideboarding game and into the hands keeping decision. It's just easier for us, or better for the viewers. So that's what I gotta do in the break, in between rounds. I think the biggest mistake Florian has made here was playing into the force of will with his Helm of Obedience. I think he has thrown the game away right on this spot. Because if you just wait for the 5th land and don't attack with Thalia into the Leovold, it's the Thalia was just so strong. He was stuck on 3 lands. The Ponder would have cost him 3 to. Okay, yeah, the Leovold. So, but the Ponder would have also cost 2. It's like that would have been so strong. And even if he kills Thalia and he has the 5th land, he's still maybe a Pyroblast protection up or Thoughtseize or something like that. And if you play it with 5 mana, you have still 1 mana open to just activate right in this situation, which brings you the win. So yeah. Yeah, I also think if Tobias doesn't play any lands, so what is in his hand? Removal, counter spells, maybe cantrips, but nothing else. Sometimes you have to read your opponent. As a mid-range or combo deck, you always want to hit your land drops. Or in this situation, you're the control deck, although you're a combo mid-range deck, and you want to hit your land drops. And if you don't hit them, then there's a reason for it, like removal or counter spells. And a Thoughtseize. What would be strong here? I think taking Force of Will and Cephalid. No, but yeah, taking Force of Will is the right answer. The Fatal Push, really? Okay. He has the Helm of Obedience in hand. Why is he taking the Fatal Push? Because he has the Voidwalker. Okay. That makes at least a little bit more sense, because he thinks he can counter the Force of Will with the Pyroblast, but these are already, again, 5 mana. He has a Stoneforge Mystic in hand. He will go Stoneforge Mystic next turn and hopefully bait the counter spell. I mean, that's what I would do. And not play the Voidwalker. Don't give Tobias so much time to find the removal for the Voidwalker. Just go Stoneforge Mystic Kaldra and let Kaldra do the thing, and then just finish him off in 1 turn or in 2 turns with Voidwalker into Helm of Obedience. That's also what I really love about the Aluren deck, is they can play 8 fucking Strixen. So the 4 total 4 Strix. It's so incredibly insane against any kind of Delver. I've played against Tobias with Delver or with Jeskai St. Catherine, and you simply can't win this, because it's like, well, I've got a Strix, and I've got a Kotal, and I've got another one, and there's a Uro, and another Kotal, and it's like, what the fuck? How do I get through? You simply can't. But yeah, the worst matchups of Aluren are fast combo, and they're pretty non-existent at the moment in our meta or in the meta in general. That's why Tobias has such a run in the league. And the funny thing is, always when I try to sleeve up a fast combo deck, Tobias, like last time, he plays Cephalid Breakfast. And it's like, well, then I kill you a little bit sooner. Yeah, that's a pretty strong play here. So the Chrome Box was a very good draw. He baits now the force and then he can pyroblast it. Oh, that's incredible. If the Stoneforge gets Cauldron and the Cauldron lives, the Stoneforge lives, then it's probably, I don't want to say that it's over, but chances are pretty high that Florian is winning this if the Stoneforge gets to live. So I didn't counter the force again. And into a Caldera, yeah. Good thing is that he knows that Tobias isn't playing any Wasteland, so there's no kind of repercussion for fetching Badlands and Scrubland here. Oh, there's the Boseiju from the top in his hand. What the fuck? But I don't think he has a green source. He has a green source. He has the polluted delta. Ouch, that hurts so much. That hurts so much, the Boseiju from the top. I don't know if he plays 1 or 2 in his list, but that's incredible. The Pernicious Deed is just to bait out the Caldera for nothing else here. So he knows he takes 1 hit of Caldera. Yeah, Caldera goes in for 5. And now it gets... Oh, that hurts. Wait, what? Why didn't he just activate the Pernicious Deed? Ah, okay, so he can get another attack in. Now the Caldera gets Boseiju. No, he still takes damage? And the Helm of Obedience, okay. Misty Rainforest. Wait, the Caldera is indestructible, am I right? Yeah. So he can't kill it with Boseiju. I was under the impression Caldera hasn't indestructible, or that Boseiju exiles. That's on me. Oh well, a classical Helm of Obedience activation. Pretty strong here to hit the Icewind Quartel. And attack for 6. Now we have to use the Pernicious Deed. You block the Caldera, then use the Deed. So you have at least another shot at drawing a card. Okay, we goes down to 2. Pretty risky. And another Helm of Obedience. Oh well, what will happen now? Yeah, end of turn. Crack deed for 4. Okay, he activates in response. And it's another Kotal. they have a little bit of problems with the old wording. So, yeah, he gets the card, he draws a card, then everything dies, besides the Caldra token. And the Chrome Box also dies, and the Adonti White Walker gets exiled. And now probably Tobias is going Aluren, Kevin happy, and win. Is there anything that Tobias can do here? I think Tobias should have used the Pernicious Deed sooner. We have fetch, so he goes down to 1. What is he trying to do? Uro doesn't save him. I don't know. Maybe he has the Aluren in hand and tries to draw into something. No, and a Ponder. Aether Channel, a Misty Rainforest, and what's the last one? A Fatal Push. So yeah, the Aether Channeler is really strong here. That can bounce the token. So it's still not over. It's still not over. Aether Channeler bounce the token, yeah. Wow, such a strong Ponder here. Living on the edge for Tobias. He's on 1 life. He swings in for 2. I think so. Aether Channel is a 2/2. Yeah. And Baleful Strix. He rebuilds. Oh my gosh, he rebuilds. But yeah, Florian has 6 lands. He's just 1 land short of equipping Caldra to anything. And another deed. And another land that he can't fetch anymore. I think Florian has drawn the Esper Sentinel. Yeah. And the swords and the Chrome Box in hand. Yeah, let him in end tap with a Pernicious Deed on board is really strong. Draw for a trigger. Surgical and 2 lands.
Yeah, the Ether Channeler probably has won the game here. Or not attacking with the Coatl. I think that was the mistake here. Not attacking with the Coatl when Florian had the opportunity to do so. Because he had activated the Helm of Obedience in the end of turn step, so he draw a card, and I'm not sure, but I think it was end of turn that he activated it. Yeah, that's... I don't get it myself either. Because you would have been at least forced to use the Pernicious Deed. But yeah, Surgical is out of the question. At least not with paying life. Surgical on Helm of Obedience, or what's the pick here? Stoneforge Mystic. Wasteland Swords, Chrome Mox, Pyroblast. Okay. The problem is, I think it's just better to play Dark Confidence, even in this high CMC deck, than playing Esper Sentinel. Or try the new Gix, the Yawgmoth Predator. The Gix is a 1 and 2 black for 3/3, and every time a creature attacks, you lose 1 life and draw a card. I think that's just a lot more powerful than Esper Sentinel. And you have a more stable mana base because it just need white for sideboard cards, swords, and prismatic ending. Yeah, and Stoneforge Mystic, yeah, for sure. I probably would go even that far to just Pyroblast this Brainstorm if I want to have a shot at it, because Tobias is now going so far ahead with card selection that Florian isn't really getting into the game right now. He just simply can't get into it anymore. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure, it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah. Blaster happy because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think this will be draw. It was so close for Florian. So close. He could have made it. And I still think there was a point where you could have
force Tobias to activate the Pernicious Deed. It's game 3. Actually, it's game 3. And the third extra turn right now. Yeah, third extra turn. There is no way for Florian to get this one fucking damage in. He doesn't play bolts. He doesn't get a creature online anymore and equip 2 times in the same turn against Pernicious Deed. Yeah. We are explicit, so excuse my French, but yeah, maybe if Tobias makes the mistake of forcing anything. Yeah, definitely. You can join us on our OnlyFans if you want. So it's the 4th extra turn. Yeah, just abrupt decay the Thalia and then it's over. I'm pretty sure Florian has thrown the game away 1 or 2 times here. Blocking with Esper Sentinel was definitely a mistake. Yeah. Bouncing Thalia. Attack for 3. Which doesn't really matter anymore. Oh well, and another Kotal. The 5th extra turn. No land here. Okay, so it ended all in a draw. So, our first draw for today. It was, yeah, for me it was also a little bit surprising to have a draw here. I thought that Tobias was more favored, but he was clearly in the control deck. So I think this worked pretty nicely for Tobias. Even if he couldn't win this game, but at least I think Florian has just thrown the game away in 2 or 3 consecutive turns, like blocking with the in the game 2, attacking with Thalia into Leovold wasn't necessary. Blocking with Esper Sentinel in game 3 wasn't necessary. If he doesn't block, then maybe he gets the land for the Cauldra, and also forces Tobias to get to activate Pernicious Deed, which again brings him a little bit more time, or let me tell this in another way. Tobias needs another removal spell just for dealing with Cauldra equips. So that was pretty interesting. I think that's a matchup that we don't really see that often. So now we take a short break
I'm going to tell them that we need some more information on the hands and also on the sideboarding, and I'll be right back with round 2. Okay, we are right back. They already started. We have for our second round, we have Andreas Leopoldeder versus Christian Neutz. Christian Neutz is playing Elves. And if I'm not mistaken, Andreas Leopoldeder is playing Tess or Ant. One of these two decks they are playing. So, game mode. So he is keeping... Okay, that was just a little bit too fast for me to get. But yeah, he's playing Ant with Infernal Tutor and has a nice hand. I don't know if it was a game, turn 1 kill. So yeah, a strong turn 1 Allosaurus Shepherd. Into hand sculpting from Andreas. Ah, yeah, the round time also. Where is it? Where is it? Let me do it again. So yeah, and fetch. I think this matchup is pretty lopsided. I think ANT is very hard into, how do I call it? I think ANT is very hard favorite here because Elves always has problems with fast combo decks, and ANT can be incredibly fast. I also think if he's playing the bug version with Paradise Lost that we talk about in our podcast, that this version is really strong at the moment and it's definitely underplayed. Paradise Lost, for everybody who doesn't know, is a card from Infinity. It's for 3 and 2 green. You roll 2 die and then you add them up and you can play any card out of your graveyard with these CMC or lower. So that's like a Yawgmoth's Will. It's insanely strong. But maybe he's on the Grixis side. I don't know. I haven't seen that much. He's doing at least a lot of sculpting. Yeah, and into a Thoughtseize. He just tries to make sure that he doesn't die the next turn. So 2 Heritage Druids, 2 Glimpse of Nature and Natural Order. Yeah, I think the Natural Order is the right take here. Sure, the Glimpse turns can be incredibly devastating, but if he goes Glimpse into Natural Order, it's just he's just dead next turn. Yeah, there's the Glimpse, there's the Heritage Druid, draw a card. 3 mana Glimpse. Another Glimpse, another Druid, draw 2 cards. 2 mana in pool. Kieran Ranger, draw 2 cards. 1 mana in pool. We need to count a little bit. We keep the count. Bounce the land. Kieran Ranger is used. Untap. And 4 mana. For mana in pool, Zenith. For Nettle Sentinel. So still 2 mana in pool. Okay, 1 mana.
Have I miscounted? I'm not a good Elves player. I have never touched this deck in my life, and I probably won't ever will. Because it's just, in my mind, it's too insanely complicated, and I just can't follow all the abilities and everything, and all these things you can do. It's just insane, in my opinion. And a Cradle, and wow. That's a lot of mana here. Bounce, untap. That's a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 4 mana and pool draw 3. Oh, strong. That should be enough. There needs to be a natural order here or something. But I still think taking natural order is the right thing to do with this Thoughtseize. He searches aggressively for the natural order. Another Shepherd. So many cards. Christian knows that he probably won't survive the next turn. He needs to finish the game here. Another Symbiont. This is really strong. Symbiont is definitely the strongest card in this whole deck, in my opinion. It's always when I played Death in Texas. Yeah, that's natural order. So just sack something, and that's easily lethal. Like Christian always says, he doesn't need to count. He just needs to count to 4 because it is 1, 2, 3, 4 hoof, and yeah. So maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe, yeah, hoof. There it is. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe the Elves is better against Ant than I thought. But this was a turn 3 kill. That doesn't happen that often with double glimpse. It's like, I don't want to say it's Magic and Christmas Land. It happens. I'm going to pull a percentile out of thin air. It's probably about 30 to 40%. Don't shoot me. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's any higher than this. If anybody's good with hypergeometric calculations, then maybe someone can figure this out. So reset the life point. And now Andreas just needs to turn 1 kill, and it's easy. But on Christian's side, I think he will board for Thoughtseizes, because that's what Elves do in combo matchups. So he boards out the land and a Preordained for a Chain of Vapor and something I didn't really get. But we have at least some kind of information what to expect in this game now. Shaving a Preordain is certainly a right call, because it's the worst cantrip in the deck. And the Chain of Vapor gets you a little bit more time. So yeah, 3 Forces, an Endurance, and an Abrupt Decay. And he probably just shaves some Elves. Maybe even a Allosaurus Shepherd, because ANT doesn't run any counter spells. Don't think you need them in this matchup. I think the Mana Elves and the Bounce Elves and all these Elfie Elves are just a lot better than Allosaurus Shepherd. We have here a mulligan on Andreas' side. I'm not sure. This was a double lead hand with a tutor. Wasn't that pretty fast? I even have seen some lands here. But maybe he's aggressively going for the turn 1 or turn 2. Because the thing is, you just need to get under Elves, and they can't really do anything. Cradle, yeah, a pretty nice hand with Cradle and the land and some... I think I've seen a natural order. And also some Elves, yeah. Because that's what Elves do. So yeah, Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, LED, Underground Sea, yeah, and the Paradise Lost, ouch, and then another mulligan.
So maybe this this matchup will be a lot shorter than the last one. Okay, now there's a keep for Andreas. Double tutor, land, cantrip, cantrip. Dark Ritual, it's a preordain, Dark Ritual, and I haven't seen the second card. It's bottom, okay. He needs to find a black source. Christian Neutz with the very classy turn 1 Dryad Hour. Ramp it up. That's a classical Swords to Plowshares target or Lightning Bolt target right there. But you can do this against ANT. You need the speed. And a Ponder. He doesn't find any lands. So I think if there isn't a land in it, it's a Shuffle Ponder. Nope. Okay, there's the land. At least no turn 2 from Christian here. So Andreas has one round. At least one turn cycle more time. Shepherd, land, druid. Yeah. So Christian has the kill for next turn. And he's going now for an Elvish. Yeah, Shepherd is still in after sideboarding, yeah. I'm not sure. I would have taken them out. In my opinion, there are better Elves in this matchup. Because Shepherd doesn't do anything. It's just a huge beater if you pump a lot of mana in it. I think it's a little bit too slow. Bounce, play again. Draw a card. He just makes sure that next turn is lethal. And I definitely missed a fetch again. Yeah. Now it's where it gets interesting. There are lines which can win here. Look at these beautiful altered brainstorms of Andreas. These are foil Mercadian Mask brainstorms altered by I'm not sure. I think it's Scorch Altars.
and they are extremely expensive. This whole deck is extremely expensive. Like, I mean, these are black border duels, so but it's beautiful to look at. It's not for me. Not for me. I don't like foils, but it's very beautiful to look at. Yeah. Seems like a hard brainstorm. Draw the card. So, can you win in this spot? There's no LED, there's a petal, Infernal Tutor, and a Dark Ritual. Okay, Value Tutor here. But Gino has the Natural Order in hand. So maybe he just, yeah, maybe it's just over. It just looks like I predicted the first match falls. I probably predicted this match falls, and maybe this is a running thing in this week. But folks, you know what's really nice? Tomorrow we are playing L1K in Vienna at the 3-for-1 store. And I think they are sold out with 64 players. And we are driving to Vienna with, I think, four cars and about maybe 20 people from Linz. So this will be like we say in Austria, a Heimspiel. So a home game of our community in Vienna. That's also the reason why I'm commentating here and streaming and not playing myself, because I don't want to stress my luck that much. Because always when I play beforehand in a tournament or something like our weeklies, and I do well, then I for sure know that the next okay, so I brainstorm that I will for sure have such bad luck in the next tournament. That's always the same. Cracking the pedal for brainstorm. He tried to go for the kill here. But I'm not sure if he has found another mana source. But yeah, it was a mull to 5. That's hard to win here. Yeah, but it's true. No, my bad luck strains are always longer. It's like if I have bad luck, I'm playing 3 to 4 months straight really badly. And I often feel like John Avon. I only draw lands. That's why I even play Oops All Spells, so I can't draw them, but then I draw things like Narcomoebas and Bridge from Belows. Okay, Bayou and go. Storm was free in that position. Yeah, and there's the Natural Order, and it's game. Solid 2-0 for Elves. I predicted this game again wrong. Hopefully, I will predict the next one right. But yeah, in the meantime, we can take a look at this beautiful, beautiful deck. He has brought in a Dress Down and the Chain of Vapor. Yeah, this was the second card we didn't actually get to see because it was a little bit fast.
And this whole game was pretty, yeah, this whole round was pretty fast. So we have 2 more rounds to go. For this time we take a short break and maybe we can get a little bit of an interview going on before the next round starts. But for now, I'm going to take a break because I gotta say I need it right now. So see you soon, and I think about 15 minutes. So that's what I'm aiming for, about 15 minutes. Well. So we are back again, unfortunately without an interview partner, but I have something better for you. We are jumping right into round 3 of our weekly legacy tournament. Let's take a look who is playing this time. So, need to change the... okay. So the Christian Knights will stay the same. He is like the king of the hill now. But who is his opponent? So his opponent is... Who would have guessed? The breakfast player of our hearts. It's Daniel Pernosch. And he's playing, like I said, Cephalid breakfast. So we've got another combo matchup here. I tried to predict again, tap 1 in a blue, cast predict. And I think breakfast will win. I think breakfast is in the has a better matchup against Elves because they're really resilient to hate, can be pretty fast, and they've got swords and prismatic endings to pick these little critters, and maybe it's enough so that they can combo off before Elves can combo. Yeah, the round time. We need the round time again. I'm getting better with this. I'm getting better. So, okay, I think they're both 3-0. Daniel has a little bit of a run at the moment with breakfast. He went. Let me take a look. In the last FNMs with he only played 1 with breakfast. And he played to a 3-0. Pretty strong. Daniel is our control / combo guy. He likes to play 4-color control, Cheska control, band control, bug control, and Doomsday, ANT, and nowadays the Cephalid Breakfast. Which is interesting that this deck is basically as old as the format itself, or not as the format itself. The deck was first published, I think, when Dread Return came out in Time Spiral. Yeah, that was the first iteration of Cephalid Breakfast. But then you had things like Laboratory Maniac to win, or some strange combo-y things with breakfast. But nowadays it has such a strong mid-range plan, again like Aluren. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the hands. It's a Teferi, a Etavile, and I think is this a mulligan? Because he knows what Christian is playing. Go ahead. So, okay. So it has one part of the combo in hand.
and a very strong elven hand for Christian Knights. Ethervile go. What's funny is that there's almost no different Texas anymore to be seen. It was the premier Ethervile deck, and now Cephalid Breakfast that took this place. It's incredibly interesting. And what I also like about these Ethervile decks is that they are so, how do I say this? They're so, yeah, you can play so many tribes with the Ethervile decks. You've got goblins, you've got different Texas, you've got slivers. I'm such a fan of slivers. Unfortunately, there's only Daniel Nunes who plays this deck. Actually, he's the only one who's playing slivers. But it's just such a cool deck, because when I first started playing Magic, my first real deck was Slivers deck that I built myself, and this got me hooked, like me tooks. Oh, such a strong start for Christian Knights here. It's insane. He has also the natural order in hand. Yeah, Daniel needs Cephalid Illusions from the top, or else it's just over. The Shepherd is here. Oh, and there's the Illusionist! Okay, wow. Nice game. GG. Game 2. Oh, I love it. I love it. Because Elves isn't running any kind of, not protection, interaction. Isn't running any kind of interaction game 1. And so he can freely play the Illusionist, go into the combo, and just win right here. And that's what I said beforehand. Breakfast is such a strong combo and mid-range plan. It's so adaptable. You can be... Okay, what? He played a Teferi? Why? Because he still has the Ethervile. Okay, I didn't see that. So yeah, now he's got the Cephalid. Yeah, I didn't see the vial. Before I was talking about the vial, and now I didn't see it, that it was already on 2. I don't think you need to play the Teferi here. It's just another kind of protection for you, but you don't need it. Daniel is already shuffling up because he knows Christian can't do anything about it. And that's even with Christian's insane hand. Yeah, funny enough, we go to game 2. Yeah, the first match went to time. The first game, the first match in round 1 went to time. We had a lot to talk about, and the last 2 rounds are like, well, take this 40-minute break. It's funny. Normally, we always started about 8 o'clock Central European time, and it's now 10. So, and we're already in round 3. We are insanely fast today, which doesn't happen very often. Shout out to you, Victorinator. Hey. Okay. Now I get it. Who you are? Oh yeah, Daniel had a pretty nice start. I've got to admit, it was a pretty lucky draw here, or else it was just got destroyed by the natural order into hoof. Okay, so he bought out the Teferis, the Belfelstrix, and the Urza Saga, which makes totally sense. They're just too slow. You don't need this. And putting in 4 swords, 2 prismatic ending, 1 Fastest Oracle, and 2 Fluster Storms. Am I right? Yeah, you want to see him playing once, but it would be better if you see him play more often. So I would love to have you more often in chat. It's great to have you on. So yeah, we've got 3 Thoughtseize, 1 Endurance, 3 Leyline of the Void, and 2 Carpet of Flowers. I'm not so sure about the carpet actually. I think the carpet can be a little bit too slow. It depends on what Christian is botting out, actually. The ley lines for sure are great. Because I'm not sure if Daniel has anything against ley line. It's like prismatic ending doesn't hit it. Yeah, the ley lines are really good. Yeah, because he bought. I think this could take him really cold here. I don't know if Daniel expects the ley line out of the sideboard, because he bought it out the Teferis. I mean, I for myself didn't expect the ley lines either, because there's just so many individual graveyard hate that you can play in Elves. You've got Fairy Macabre, you've got Leyline, you've got Tormod Script. Everything makes sense in a given meta. I think Leyline is mostly played, but I'm not up to date with all the Elves list. Okay, let's go to game 2. That's just something I don't like about game 1s with combo decks. It's just like Battle Cruiser Magic. You have 2 big naval ships, basically trying to get as fast around the other one as possible and just bombard the marina of the other one. So it's like, don't even interact, don't try anything, just go as fast as you can. And that's not a bad thing at all. I mean, I love to play these kind of decks for myself, but it's not the best thing to commentate on, actually. So Daniel is keeping? Really? He has an Archimedes in hand? No, okay. It's like already a mull to 6. Why should he keep a mull to 6? With 7 cards. Doesn't make sense. Leyline of the Void, Gears, Cradle, Nettle Sentinel. By the way, these Nettle Sentinels and Elvish Visionaries are so beautiful. I think Nettle Sentinels were altered by Florinda Zanetti. She's an Italian, very, very talented artist. His Wirewood symbols were altered by Kai Savatari, pretty known. And okay, we've got Force Ponder. I think it was a prismatic ending, Cephalid, Illusionist, and 2 lands. Yeah. And Christian also has the Elvish Visionaries, and the Nettle Sentinels are by Florin Zanetti, and the Symbionts are from Kai Savatari. The Chaos Cradle aren't He had altered Chaos Cradle, at least one, but I think he sold them for an unaltered one. I'm not sure why he would do this, but I'm pretty sure he has done it. Oh yeah, as always, I'm forgetting to track the life points. So Christian Knight's fetched for 1. Fetch for 1, I mean, we aren't in Modern, so... and nobody's playing Death Shadow. But, actually, Death Shadow is on the rise at the moment. It has a good initiative matchup. Although Death Shadow traditionally is bad against Swords to Plowshares or against Solitude. But the 4 Snuff-Outs really do that job. And again, a stream without initiative, so we've accomplished something. I'm not sure if he has an out for the ley line in this in the deck. So it's a Shuffle Ponder. For myself, I think the Shuffle Ponder is probably one of the best things you can do, because you know your top cards are really bad, and if you shuffle them away, it feels always so good. For sure, you don't know what the top card is, but it's just like you dig 4, and it's insane. Okay, now we are in combo territory. Kirin Ranger? No, Symbiont. It's almost the same. So 2 mana in pool. Bounce Visionary. Untap. Play Visionary. Draw a card. And get 3 mana again. It's a natural order. Okay. He can just skip the turn and win next turn. Oh, I know what he's doing. He goes for the Allosaurus Shepherd for the guaranteed kill next turn. So Daniel can't force. He needs to force right now. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that's nice. I haven't thought about that. Roberto Blanco, really nice idea. Yeah, these are lines. I don't play Cephalid Breakfast, and these are really nice lines that I haven't thought about. Wow. So I think, in my opinion, we are going to game 3. So yeah, Nomadon Core, and wow, that's now... Does he have the second force? Yeah, Extra-Oracle from Cypher totally makes sense. It's natural order. Okay, and Narcomoeba in hand. Nah, that's enough. Interesting. Christian Neutz has a total run today, because he has always the turn 3, or yeah, I think the turn 3 hoof. Pretty nice if Elves does what it does best. And I don't like the Hello Newton lists with Fiend Artisan and all these silver bullets. I don't think this is Elves anymore. In my opinion, it's the Rock. It has its space in the Legacy metagame for sure, but for me, it's not Elves. It's just too different. Yeah, Nightmare on Elf Street. Okay, you could call it like that, or Cradle Control. Yeah, I personally like. I'm old school. I like the name Rock for these kind of decks, just more because that's what it is. You're a mid-range deck, a mid-range toolbox deck, and yeah, that's the Rock. Well, basically, that's what the Rock was back in the day. With things like a Lightning Tutor for Pernicious Deed. So you always had your toolbox and the Spirit Monger or the Ranged Hermit. So, does Christian have an insane hand again? Here's luck on his side. Daniel has a pretty insane hand. He is the... Okay, Mulligan on Christian's side. Daniel has a Urza Saga, a Tundra, a Force of Will, 2 Force of Will? Or is one of them a Illusionist? I'm not sure. Did they board any differently? I haven't seen Daniel doing extra sideboarding now between games, which I'm not really sure about because, yeah, maybe you are too slow maybe the line is too slow, Teferi, bounce Leyline and then go into the combo, but I don't think he has any out to Leyline. Besides the really nice line with casting the Oracle from hand. And another mulligan. Okay. Now it's where it gets interesting. Ah, yeah. And again, the life points. Oh my gosh. By the way, if you like what we are doing, we are streaming again on the, what's it called? It's on the last weekend of February. Probably not, okay. I haven't seen it, it was a Fastest Oracle, but you have seen it, guys. That's enough. We are streaming again on the 24th of February. So we are trying to get at least one stream in every month. A double ley line. Well, that's okay. I mean, Daniel has the Oracle in hand this time. So we can do this really, really nice thing with Exile the Library, then tapping Aether Vial and winning there. Yeah, and the force is already gone. Or useless. Yeah, me too, because I haven't thought about that, like I said, and if we see it, it's just great to have it on camera. Ending on the Shepherd, which makes Force Life again. Oh yeah, Christian doesn't really. He has a. What's the other one in hand? I've seen the Green Sun Zenith and a death draw of a Daniel with the Dread Return. A land would have been better. I think he floats mana. Cephalid Breakfast only has the Shuko as a target, am I right? And the Ether Vials, yeah. I mean, you could try here to get an Ether Vial. But I think that's probably too slow. The Shuko does a lot more with the Illusionist. Another Oracle and a Step Through. Step Through is strong, but I think he needs another land. Ah, he has a land. Okay. Okay. So next turn he can go Illusionist into activate Vial for Oracle. And I also think he has the time to do exactly this. Yeah. Let it on 2. Draw the Illusionist. It's a land? What the fuck? Ah, it wasn't an Illusionist, it was the step through. Yeah, for sure. I'm dumb sometimes. Yeah, he has to pass the turn for once. And I think he will Wizard Cycle, end of turn, activate Vial, bring it in, and then start in his turn with the Oracle. I thought the Step Through was a Illusionist. My bad. So land natural order here? No. Green Sun Zenith. Ah, okay. He goes for the... How's it called? For the for 2 mana, the 2/2 and activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated anymore? If I'm not mistaken, I think he can counter pitch the Oracle. Yeah. Because he's drawing another Oracle. Yeah, that's true. But did this line cost him a turn? I still think he's pretty safe. He can simply just pass and attempt this line the next end step again. Yeah, double fetch for step through. Or simple fetch. And fetch again. Okay. What? He should make up his mind. And now wizard cycling. Step through is also such a nice card. It's just never dead. Even if you don't need a combo piece. It's an expensive... Yeah, that's our answer maybe to Leyline. So... Wait, what? Ah, okay. And there's the Oracle. Very nice. Very nice line of play here. Oh, he had the Endurance in hand, but it just doesn't do anything because of the ley lines. Very nice match, very nice play. I really love this idea of casting the Oracle from hand. I would have never thought about it. And even the Dread Draw of Dread Return just simply didn't do anything. Very impressive. The deck amazes me each day a lot more. Funnily enough, I think I have everything for this deck besides the Illusionist. So maybe I should pick the rest up. Really cool, really great. I love it. Okay, so well, I don't know what I shall tell you anymore besides that this was a really nice game. I really love to see this line. And Christian Knights has found his master actually, even though he had a really nice run today. We have one more round for tonight, and I'm pretty stoked to see who will take the win today. If you want to be a little bit more involved with our social media, you can follow us on Twitter. It's at Austrian_legacy. Or you can also find the metagame, the results from today or from the last weeks, always on Facebook. Also, it's Austrian Legacy League, or even on Instagram, Austrian_legacy. So this is a little bit of a shameless plug right here. Oh well, nobody has seen this. And yeah, also doing a little. Oh yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in, Victorinator. I hope we'll see you again, and it was great to have you on. Also, I wanted to shout out our podcast. We are Daniel, the Cephalid breakfast guy we have seen on stream, myself and Peter, who can't attend today because why? I don't know actually. I think he's going skiing or something with his. He's a musician also, but more of a traditional musician. So we have a podcast and we talk about legacy most of the time, and it's InResponse, a legacy podcast, and we always need new listeners. So tune in. I can't drop the link, but maybe I'll find a way. Let's see. So I'll take a short break, and we will see us again for the last round for tonight. See you, folks. Okay, wow, this was a point landing. So, the round 3 is now over. We have pairings for the 4th round. It will be again Cephalid breakfast from Daniel Pernosch, this time against our old-time nemesis, Blue-Red Delver from Philipp Hinterreiter. Let's take a look. I think last match I was pretty right with my prediction that Cephalid breakfast was I don't want to say the better deck, but was definitely favored. This time it's, in my opinion, a little bit different, because Delver always is a force to reckon. We'll see. I've never played this matchup before, and I can't really say a lot of it. But I think there's a reason why these two decks are now in the finals. So, I hope you enjoy it, and let's begin. Oh yeah, and as always, I forgot the round. The round time. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. It's not Blue Red Delver, it's Philipp Hinterreiter. Oh my gosh. It's late. It's Philipp Hinterreiter. Actually, Philipp didn't want to play on stream, but we could um, convince him. And it's definitely an interesting matchup. I think this can be uh, a huge back and forth. So I didn't I didn't pay attention. But I think Daniel's role was a little bit higher. Was this already the first mulligan? Yeah, I think so. So two mulligans. Just some words to Philip. Um, Philip is also a pretty strong player. I don't want to say he's the new guy because I think he started playing Legacy about 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years, just before Corona hit, just before COVID hit. And okay, so we have Brainstorm, Snapcaster, Narcomoeba, and Freelance. It's totally keepable. That was a little bit fast, Philip. um, and he has proven itself to be a very strong Magic player. Definitely. Um, how do I say this? It's a little bit understated actually. His results are um, extremely constant and also uh, pretty high actually. At least in our league. Maybe he can do well tomorrow in Vienna. It would be great for him actually. I would love to have some Linzer guys in the top eight tomorrow. So we have Walk into Ponder for Philip. Yeah, I think Daniel has to be here very conservative. It's not um, ah, such a good brainstorm. It's not that the speed wins the game here. It's like you have Teferi and the combo, and basically you're the control deck here with Breakfast. And the fact that he doesn't have a threat to back this Wastelander is so insanely good for Daniel. He has it's under no pressure. The time, yeah, for sure, he wasted a land, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. Without pressure, the Wasteland don't really matter. Oh, but a dead draw like a dredge return matters. He shuffled away the dead Narcomoeba only to draw a dredge return. That hurts. That hurts so much. Nomads on core. And the bolt on the nomads. Okay. Philip tries to play control. I'm not sure if this is a winning position in this matchup. I think you win the games with Delver against Breakfast when you can go threat, protection, and just simply smash face all the time as fast as possible, while dismantling Nomads on Core and Cephalid illusions with your burn spells. I think you're the beatdown here. Okay, Philipp is the beatdown. I take everything back. I didn't see this line. But yeah, very strong draw for Daniel here. Unfortunately, okay, here's the land to back it up against Daze. Really strong Strix here. Depends if Philipp has another Bolt or Unholy Heat, or maybe the one of Pyroblast. That's also a pretty big key when playing against Delver. Just play your spells Daze proof. I know you are a lot slower, but with all the expressive iteration running around and the card advantage, you simply can't get too far behind. All your spells have to matter. Speaking of the devil, expressive iteration. If a card has to be banned, it's this one. At first I was in the ban Murktide camp, but after playing with Murktide in a non-expressive iteration deck, non-Dragon's Channel deck, Murktide is a totally fair card. It's just not as fast as it is in Blue-Red Delver. It doesn't go online that fast. It's about maybe 4 turn. You played it in 4 turns, so that's okay on Legacy standards. But the expressive iteration is so insanely powerful. It fuels you all the time. Yeah. Also, again, I missed the fetches. And he played it. Untap the Steam Vents. Very strong here. Another land for Daniel. Having the land drops really makes a huge difference against Delver. He's contemplating about playing a Teferi now to bounce the Murktide. Is this a good play? That's the question. He has maybe Pyroblast open, but in my opinion that's a trade I'm willing to take, because else the Pyroblast hits the Strix and Philipp can go to face with the Murktide Regent. So playing a Teferi here is, I think it's safe. I would do it. And if you trade for a force, that's totally fair. There is the Teferi. Yeah, and there's the Pyroblast. So you have at least your blocker for the Murktide Regent. Bauble Trigger. Top, okay. Must be a strong card. Because I would have... I mean, there's a saying, the first 2 cards you're always putting into the bin. Okay, there's the Bolt. Delver does what Delver do. And he hits for 5, yeah. Okay, another land here for Daniel. Brainstorm. He's digging for an answer. He has drawn an illusionist. What's he searching for? I don't think he plays the Swords to Plowshares in the main deck for this matchup. And a fetch. Yeah, he goes pretty slow for my liking with his life points. Last time I played against Blue-Red Delver, I died with 11 life against an 8-8 Murktide and a Delver in one shot. So Snapcaster now, Snapcaster playing, casting Brainstorm. I think he just has to survive one turn. He is a Cephalid illusionist. In my opinion, you don't need the Cabal Therapy. I would put that away. You have the Cabal Therapy, the Cephalid illusionist, another Aether Vial, a Strix. The Strix is really strong. I think you want to ponder. So you do away the Cabal Therapy and the Vial? No. Okay. Interesting. Do we already have Delirium? No. It's instant sorcery land. Now we have Delirium. It's instant sorcery, land, and artifact. And now maybe we see a classic Delver win with attack for 8, double bolt. Not even double bolt, just, yeah, that's the bolt. So, it looked good for breakfast, but after boarding I think it will get a lot better with additional 4 copies of Swords to Plowshares, 2 copies of Prismatic Ending, and Hydroblasts also. That's pretty easy to board for. But what are you doing out? That's always pretty hard. The 4 forces are set in stone. I haven't seen this one. Was the second step through? On Philipp's side, I don't think he can board out forces. He will put in more Pyroblasts, definitely. Maybe cut heat, unholy heat. Maybe 1 or 2 bolts, because I don't think he needs them. And also put in 1 or 2 meltdowns. Maybe because of the Urza Saga tokens that Daniel can produce. Okay, he brought out 2 step through, 4 force of will, and Teferi's. I'm not sure if the step through are right. But I think he wants to go a little bit more on the mid-range plan here to be the controlling part of the match. Maybe you can hear it. I'm growing a little bit tired right now. It's 11 o'clock, and it's really draining actually to commentate alone. But it's great to have you all here. It's so fun, although it's pretty hard. So yeah, on Philipp's side, I've played Delta for I think 2 months. Then I grew tired of it. I think he will. Yeah, it's pretty easy what he boards in, but what he's bringing out, the 2. Yeah, you can't really board out the baubles because you need them in the matchup to be a little bit faster. I don't think you want to be too controlling here. And you can't really board out the... Or maybe you need to board out the Force of Wills because of Witzer Saga and Ethervile. These are basically the 2 sides of the same coin. Either you have to board them out because of the Aether Vials, or you have to board them in, or leave them in because of the Aether Vials. It's like a double-edged sword here. Maybe someone in the chat can enlighten me. How is Delva supposed to board here? Okay, so we have a Tundra, a Strix, a Brainstorm, a Caracas, a Narcomoeba, a Ponda. It's not a Brainstorm, it's an Oracle. Again, Multi 6 basically, with the Narcomoeba in hand. But both keep, okay. Yeah, makes sense, because he has Brainstorm, he can shuffle it away. It's totally fine. Do we now see a Delva start? Fetch? Probably. It looks like a turn 1 Dragon's Rage Channeler. So no Dragon's Rage Channeler. Again, a turn 1 Ponder. Okay, land drop here, so no fetch land, but at least an Aether Vial. Days proof Aether Vial. Very strong. If this resolves, this is really strong. Yeah, it has to be forced. That's for sure. If he has the force. So the question is also answered if he leaves forces in or not. Yeah, in my opinion, you have to leave them in because of Aether Vial. Just because of this card. Or else you can't interact with the combo anymore. And the old school Delver. Teferi for Daniel? But it seems wrong to play here into days. Maybe play a main phase brainstorm to find a fetch land? No. So Caracas for Daniel and... okay, he has the Strix in hand. I haven't seen that. And fetch again. For Philipp. Is this now a bolt on the Baleful Strix? That's so insane. Delver still has, still in my opinion, the best deck in the format. It's better than Initiative. Okay, so no flip from Delver. But the Dragon's Rage Chandler, okay. And now a bolt? Or does he wait with removing the Baleful Strix? Yeah, waiting seems like a good plan here. Another Baleful Strix. He could play, yeah. Another Baleful Strix makes sense. 2 blockers. And another Brainstorm. See, I still want that card in hand. And Philipp, yeah. There's the Bolt on the Strix. Okay, he puts on top, so the next, so the Delver will flip. And it's a force, okay. I think you need to block the Dragon's Rage Chandler here. For sure. It just looks so many cards deep. Although Daniel is botting in Hydroblasts, maybe he can't get rid of the Insectile Aberration anymore. And Daniel fears he has, if he brainstorms, he brainstorm locks himself. Which happens, but at least there's a swords. I would take the free damage here. I would block and take free damage here. And not sword because maybe he has a daze. You simply want to play this daze proof. But then, you block the Dragon's Rage Chandler so he doesn't get any more value out of it. Yeah. Sorting the Delver is strong play here. He knows about the Force of Will, and he baits it with another Aether Vial. Yeah, Aether Vial resolves. Philipp tries to make the bin full for a Murktide, and probably he's searching for a Murktide. Daniel has one dead draw now from the Brainstorm lock. The question is, does he play the Teferi into the Force? Does he bait the Force with the Teferi? Or will he wait for another not that useful spell? I mean, he hasn't drawn a single fetch land. There has to be a fetch land somewhere. Yeah, this will get forced now. Force pitch days, yeah. Like I thought, you need to play it days proof. Yeah, that's okay. An expressive iteration. It would be easier if we would know the cards. That's something we have to definitely work on. Maybe we need a camera just for the hand, a hand camera. That would be insane. This is a fetch, yeah, it's a fetch, so it goes down to 15. It's the third fetch. And I think the second force, yeah. And a meltdown, okay. That's not too bad, that's okay. Then I can live with that. And now we see a ponder, we see a brainstorm, okay. Oh, an illusionist? That's at least something, but still no fetchlands to put away the dead cards. What a shame. Yeah, but at least there's one little neat trick I learned recently. You can tap the Cephalid illusionist and target itself to mill 3 cards, which is pretty great when you brainstorm lock yourself. And there's a shuffle ponder, yeah. Still searching for the fetch lands. In my opinion, he searched for the fetch lands or the Nomaton core. And there's a, okay, at least card that does something. You can put it with an Archamoeba. Ah, he already shuffled it away with the Ponder. Oh wow. And there's the Dread Return. It's just a shame. Always drawing a Dread Return today. No. I'll be right back because I gotta tell them that their life totals aren't right. Okay, I hope everything's fixed now. Yeah. Okay, what did I miss? A Pyroblast on... I'm not sure, on a Brainstorm? Yeah, probably. Just for clarification, these are two floors that, that I have to run up and down just to tell them the life totals aren't right. Now I'm a little bit out of breath. So he goes in for free. And Nomads on core. It looks like we're going to game 3. And Philipp has put up a tough fight. And Illusionist. And the Force of Will. That's strong, yeah. And an Expressive Iteration, okay. So Philipp is still in. But he's facing... I don't want to see a lot of damage, but it's something. It's a clock. But double Expressive Iteration will draw him out of that misery. Yeah. Bolting the Nomads. But he can redirect the damage. That's also pretty nice when you have the Nomads. You can simply redirect it how you want. And I think you need the Snapcaster. You don't need the Snapcaster. You redirect everything to that. Oh, that's a strong play. Philipp goes down to 7. Now Daniel has to win with combat damage. Surgical on Illusionist is strong. I mean, you can still win via... Whoa! Tony Scarpone raided us! Oh, thank you very much for the raid. 32 people, what the fuck? So, welcome. We are in the last round of our weekly. Unfortunately, we only were 16 people tonight. This is round 4. It's Daniel Punish on Cephalid, Breakfast versus Philipp right on Blue-Red Delver. Yeah, I know Blue-Red Delver, the bane of the existence of the format. Yeah, right on par with Initiative. Yeah. And now we see the magic happening, redirecting the damage to Snapcaster. Okay, going in for 2. On 5, Daniel has to win now via combat damage because Philipp has surgically the Cephalid Illusionist. Now there's no combo anymore and Daniel can freely play the Thassa's Oracle. And simply try to win here via combat damage. I'm not sure if even a Merctide Regent is enough here. But Philipp is digging for it. Oh wow, I can feel my juices flow now, really. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Thank you very much. Okay, did he find the answer or do we go to game 3? It's a third expressive iteration. Okay. Let's see. The surgical was so strong. And what will get exiled? A Misty Rainforest, KK. So here's an Unholy Heat in hand. What am I seeing? An Unholy Heat, a Brainstorm, and what's the last card? A Pyroblast on the Baleful Strix. Yeah, he knows. He needs to get rid of this as soon as possible. Or does he really? Ah, okay, he has another Unholy Heat. Wait, these are 3 damage. Yeah, he's on 2. So their life points aren't really... I gotta tell them again. Be right back. Okay, well, that's my bad. With all the devotion to 2 and 2 CMC, I was under the impression that Thassa's Oracle is a 2 and 2/2. Oh, now I'm really out of breath again. Oh, it's getting late, so bolt on the Oracle. So he's on 2. He's now on 1. And the Dragon's Ray Channeler. But yeah, that's okay. He has prismatic ending. And we go to game 3. Okay, what a match. So, yeah, as I said beforehand, pretty interesting. I'm still not sure what Philipp has brought it out to bring some cards in. Like I said, the meltdown is needed Not because of Itavile or Shuko, just because of Urza Saga and the Urza Saga tokens. But it's just, yeah, he let the forces stay in because of the Itavile. And yeah, let's go to the last game for tonight. You know what, folks? I'm so happy that you're all here. It's okay. Now we can see the hand. It's Freelance and Narcomoeba. It was a little bit too fast. But if Daniel keeps it, it's probably a reasonable hand. He's playing this deck now for, I think, a month again. And it's treated him quite well. So, Freelance, Teferi, Cephalid Illusionist, Narcomoeba. Freelance, Teferi, Cephalid, Narcomoeba, and one card missing. Probably a cantrip. So, first blood here for the fetch. And the ponder. Philipp has opened all his games on stream tonight, all 3 games with Volk Ponder. So, okay, Brainstorm draw and Fetchling go, probably. Yeah. And the Delva. Classic, good old Delva. Not something of the Mon Horizons 2 bullshit that's running around. Beautiful Ponder. I think he has drawn an Itavile. So no flip here. And an unlicensed Hearse. Hearse is okay, but against the deck with Prismatic Ending, yeah, it's just okay. The question is, do you try to kill the Hearse or the Delva? What's more threatening right here? Yeah. I also think you need to hit Delva here. And the fetch for Daniel. I'm not sure what's the wording on unlicensed Hearse. Yeah, take a look. Unlicensed Hearse. So the wording is up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Okay, so it's a strong graveyard. I wasn't sure if it was targeted or if Daniel can choose. Then it would be a lot worse. So Daniel needs another Prismatic Ending. But what's great here is you have 2 dead cards. You can bring some of them away for 3 fresh good ones. Oh yeah, and these are all great cards here. So, shuffling away 2 Narcomoebas. And drawing a Nomadon Core, a land, and I didn't get the last one. Was it a cantrip? I think it was a cantrip. And Pyroblasted. That was fast. It was like, I've played a Strix Blast. Hearse gets big. Gets really big now. And expressive iteration. Yeah, the guys have to play really fast. It's only about 5 minutes on the clock anymore. And the next started with brainstorm. Okay. Then it has the combo in hand. He just has to find something that deals with the hearse. What's funny is he can instant speed combo now. Ooh, pretty strong. Bouncing the hearse. Oh wow, that's now game. Ha! If this resolves, that's game. And I missed again a fetch. Yeah. you don't care if this gets dazed. You simply fetch, pay it. Tap the vial. Bounce the hearse. And win on the spot. Really, really impressive performance here from Cephalid Breakfast over the last 2 rounds. Very strong. This deck is insane. And we have a winner. Congratulations to Daniel Pernusch going 4-0 in our weekly for tonight. Very, 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 very nice. Yeah, I'll try to get Daniel for a little talk. I'm right back. And let's take a look what he will say. Perfect. So now we're back. We forgot to close the door. So
we can introduce.
Yeah, we have a little bit background noise. Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, I'm back.
So, congratulations to you for 4-0.
Thank you, thank you.
That's a perfect preparation for tomorrow.
I hope so, but I don't hope that this is not kind of that I used up my good luck now, and that tomorrow I just will go, I don't know, 1-0 to drop or something like this.
Yeah, that's basically what I have talked about in the stream.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't play today, and I was totally happy and totally fine with commentating today, just because of this. But I know myself, if I have a big tournament on the next day and I go well on the day before, then I'll just scrub out, and it's and it's an 0-2 drop.
Yeah.
So I just hope it doesn't happen for you, actually.
Yeah. I'm actually quite confident because, well, of course, as you saw on the stream, I play Breakfast, insanely good deck at the moment, and I actually am playing a version today that I don't think is the best version for our local meta.
Why? Okay, for our local meta. Okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a version that I think is good for tomorrow. And I went forward in our local meta, even if it's not the best version here today. I guess this is definitely still good. So in that sense, I'm happy with the list and the deck, and confident for tomorrow.
Sounds great. So, do you make any changes for tomorrow? If you say it's not the best, it's not the best version.
No, I think I'm actually set with the 75. It's actually just the almost the version that Kaiser Vatari played. I don't know if you saw it. It is without any Stoneforge mystics. The package is just...
Yeah, I've seen it. It's no... I always thought you had a Stoneforge, but...
No. It is without Stoneforge, just completely switched out to have a set of Baleful Strix. One of the best prime cards against Selva and against Initiative at the moment. So Definitely want to have those. And I'm always a little bit torn between Step Through and Recruit of the Guard.
Okay, why?
There's kind of these two versions that you can play. Recruiter is a little bit, well,
It's a little bit more versatile. You get the Nomaton Core and the Cephalid Illusionist.
exactly, and also you typically play Grand Abolisher.
Do you get the Oracle also with the Recruiter? No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You don't get the Oracle.
So you
and-
can either get Oracle and Illusionist,
Yes.
or you can get Nomaton Core and Illusionist.
Yes.
I think I don't play the deck, so it's very amateurish idea. But I think it's better to have the Step Through.
I'm kind of at the same, I'm kind of leaning towards Step Through as well at the moment because it is uncountable, it is only costs 2 mana, and
It's pitchable to force.
it's pitchable to force, and it really helps to play around Leyline and Surgical and Fairy Macabre. This is something that one of the best hates against Breakfast at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
And one of the nice thing, Step Through can get the single Miser copy of Snapcaster Mage in the deck as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because also a wizard. Oh
Yes,
wow.
also Wizard, yes. Can act as a fifth Brainstorm, originally was the idea. Or after sideboarding you have swords and endings, so Snapcaster definitely has a ton of value there. So this is a single...
Also against, or basically, most importantly, against Delver.
Of course, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So do you expect a lot of Delver tomorrow?
Yes, Delva definitely. Initiative not so much as the online meta suggests, so I would say, yeah, definitely few copies running around, but I guess you have to prepare and need to prepare yourself that you will actually face it. I think this is definitely happen. And then a lot of control.
Oh yeah, as always.
Yeah, I'm feeling confident against control. I have Ether Vials, I have Sagas, and in that sense, it is definitely, I think, depending on which version, one of the best tools from the control side is Dress Down. This
that's
card
true.
is just really bad against for me.
But you have Carol Therapy.
Yeah, therapy, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
this is something that you would need to name if you.
Or you just slow roll basically
Yeah.
your combo
Yeah,
until
cannot-
until they dress down
Yeah.
you and next turn you just do it again.
yeah, exactly.
They take away their swords and the
Mhm.
the prismatic endings and then just combo again.
Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
great.
Yeah.
I think this deck has a huge staying power now with versus Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely here to stay, and I love that it's in the metagame.
I too, definitely. It's kind of one of the old decks that has an iconic name that's.
Oh yeah, for sure. We
for-
love iconic names.
Yes, me too, and it really hurts my heart that newer decks at the moment don't get named and it doesn't. So that it's well, there's some kind of versions that pop up here and there, like I don't know what can you think of this Pokepile, for example, would be one of the newer decks that has a
Yeah.
special name, but overall it kind of has fallen out of favor, and I think this is yeah.
So you know what you have to do, guys.
Yeah.
Just name your decks in the old-fashioned way. Name it the Rock, like we talked about in the stream.
Yeah.
The cradle control from Newton Hang.
Yeah.
It should be called, in my opinion, the Rock because
Yeah.
it has the most similarities with the old Rock deck. Actually,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with Elves.
No.
So yeah, it's how many Elves do you play? 6 or 7? But
Just
yeah,
one nerf deck.
name your decks, iconic deck names.
Mhm.
Maybe it sticks, like with Maverick.
Yes.
You never know. Actually.
You never know, yeah.
Yeah, Bitter Counterspell. We played 4 rounds today. I'm sitting here with our winner, Daniel. He got 4-0 and played Cephalid Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to Peter Plank. Hey ho. Nice to have you here. And we also got a raid today from Tony Scapone
That's
with
nice.
32 persons.
Nice.
Oh wow, that's so incredible. It was for me hard, how do I say this, experience
today, commentating alone.
True.
But I think only our viewers can say if this was a good stream or not. I mean, I can't. But I just hope you all had fun, and you you follow us and subscribe. Yeah, would be great. So, like I said the last time, I think in the second round, we are streaming again on the 24th of February. So, every time the last Friday in the month.
That's the plan.
So, good night and yeah, have fun. Bye.
Bye.